Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist. I guess it's good evening now. Good evening, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. Didn't really have a particular topic to go on today. I just thought I'd just kind of go off for a little bit. And one of the things that I was reading about was this statement that Joe Biden had made a while back talking about shareholder capitalism and ending that and moving to a stakeholder capitalism and this transition that would take place. Now, when you kind of add that in with the Great Reset and, the idea of central bank digital currencies, negative interest rates, it really starts to come together that there is definitely a movement, especially after Jerome Powell said that we are not going back to the old economy, we're going back to a new economy. You can see that there's something happening here and that nobody's quite sure of exactly how it's going to play out, but it really looks like it's going to involve a central bank digital component to it. And it really seems that this push for a reset of some sort, whether like even from the IMF talking about a new Bretton Woods system, you can see that there's something going on. Now, when I think about shareholder capitalism and stakeholder capitalism, because this is one of the statements that was made, and this shareholder capitalism, which is basically what we have lived in, up until, now, is kind of the idea is that you bring the most efficient product to the consumer at the highest amount of profit to the shareholder. Okay? And in my mind, this is the best way to go about it. Problem with it is that you got people and environment be damned. Stakeholder capitalism takes everybody into account for it. Okay, so environment, the employees, the consumer, everybody is involved in that. Back to shareholder capitalism, when you have somebody who is trying to deliver the best product at the cheapest price, at the most efficient way possible, and you can't do it, then somebody else will. And that provides the best opportunity for the consumer. True, the environment and people can be damned in this process of shareholder capitalism. But in my mind, it's the consumer's fault. Because as a consumer, you have to make the conscious decision to say, I do not approve of this company. I do not approve of the way they construct their products. I do not approve of the way they handle people. I do not want their product. I am not buying it. And then that company doesn't exist. If the product is desired, somebody will. So this shareholder capitalism really is the most efficient way of delivering the best product to the consumer at the best price, the most efficient way. Now, stakeholder capitalism, sure, it takes everybody into account so you have, I guess, more of a fair deal, but life isn't fair, and it isn't about fair. It's about, making money and seeing opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities when you see them. I mean, it's just the whole point of it. That's why you like free market. That's why I like free market capitalism. That's because I want my opportunity. When somebody says, you didn't build that, are you sure? I mean, I don't really see anybody around here helping me. I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way too. And the help I do get, I would like to think that I compensated for that help. That they're rewarded for their efforts. That's free market capitalism. Let's see here. What else can I talk about? Judy Shelton. Judy Shelton looks like she didn't make the Senate vote for the Federal Reserve. And I was talking with somebody about this, and they said, good. She was too controversial anyway. I wouldn't want her up there making, bad decisions for the Fed. She didn't have enough pull to make any decision for the Fed, for one, and that everybody at the Fed is already thinking like everybody at the Fed. She was somebody who was outside the idea, the system, the box. Having her there was not controversial. Having her there was not extreme. I mean, gold used to be a currency inside. Gold is still a currency. Go to nations where the economy has failed. Gold is totally a currency. Okay, it's the most, next to the dollar, it is the most universal currency in the world. Okay, so gold is definitely a monetary metal. And there's no reason to believe that it can't happen again, especially if you add a digital component to it. Judy Shelton is not controversial. Okay, she believes in a strong dollar. She believes that the dollar that you earn should have a strong value to it that doesn't deteriorate over time. That is for the worker. The working class should love that lady. Anyhow, Judy Shelton's not making it, so there's no point in talking to her about her any longer. What else is going on? Oh, let's talk about crypto for just a minute. For one, a lot of people have asked me, talk about cryptos, talk about the altcoins that you're into, talk about those things. I don't really like talking about individual altcoins because I really don't know which one of these are scams, which ones are going to be the next Amazon. I really don't know what investing in cryptocurrencies is supposed to be. Okay, I do it. I buy cryptos. I buy a lot of altcoins. I don't have any real rhyme or reason for it. There is plenty of people out there on the internet to follow who really know what they're doing. I have no idea who they are. I will never, ever, ever, ever in the comment section suggest a trading platform that you follow. If you see anybody in the comment section saying that, please report them. Okay, that is spam. We do not need that in our comment section. This is for discussion purposes. Okay, so as far as that being said, my favorite altcoins, I will do a video on. I buy two coins for the most part, Bitcoin and Litecoin. Okay, those are the two that I buy the most of. There is other coins that I own, and we will discuss those in the future. I don't want to be a pump and dump accused type of channel. Okay, that's not what we do here. We don't even talk about investing. We just talk about economics and macroeconomics and maybe the cause and effects of some of these things. Individual companies come up, stocks come up. Talk about individual companies in which that you could trade from the information that comes is very possible, and people have done it, especially when it comes to some of the lumber stuff. I have never traded lumber, ever, not once, just to let you guys know that. But as that being said, that rich guy from Mexico, what is his name? Ricardo Peligro. Gosh, I had it before it came out here. I'm sorry, guys, I cannot remember his name. Anyway, he's that super rich Mexican, Ricardo, has a huge chunk of his portfolio in Bitcoin. Like 10% of his liquidable portfolio is in Bitcoin. And I thought that was quite an extreme number. I mean, I figure somebody who's maybe excited about Bitcoin might get a few $100 worth, $1,000 worth, but he's put 10% in. He has a lot of confidence in that. And he also has a lot of confidence that governments aren't going to come in and regulate it, or else he'd be wasting a bunch of money on it. And I find that somebody as rich as that probably has some pretty good knowledge about what the government's actions and reactions might be towards cryptocurrencies. So I found that to be very positive news for the crypto market, especially Bitcoin, seeing as how he has 10% of it in his portfolio. Very big number. Let's see, what else could I talk about here? I don't know. I'm sure there was some other stuff, but I can't really think of it offhand. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave links down in the description for you guys. Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.